If you need to sneakily worship in paganism, here's some ideas. First, you can make an altar on your phone. Make a collage of pictures that is your phone's background. You can put a whole lot of things that make it look like just this cool aesthetic so that it's inconspicuous and it doesn't come across as an altar, but that's what it is. You can also just leave it as a photo on your phone that you can go to and have it open on your screen when you are giving devotion or prayers. Pocket altars is a thing. So just a small, like you've got a picture of the deity or a teeny weeny little statue that you keep in a pocket-sized altar. With this, you could have a little bit of incense for lighting for when you have devotion or prayers. You can even have your own written out prayer that you read from each time. But if you're too afraid of having a physical item, I recommend the collage on your phone. If you're into art and your parents won't be weirded out by seeing art, make an actual collage out of different photos from magazines and other pictures that you may have as a sneaky altar. This doesn't even need to be a sneaky altar. For anyone else watching this, you can still just do this. Like, the gods love us being creative. We're in modern times, and they want us to use our modern age things with worship. They actually really crave it. They're very fascinated by our times, and so they want us to use everything that we can and get real creative with it. But so back to sneaky stuff. If you have a friend or someone that you know who they are pagan, they are witches into witchcraft or Satanism or something, and you can ask them, can I have a small altar at your home for my deity that I can come occasionally and give offering? You'd be surprised at how many people, just about all of these people, will be totally okay with it, even if they don't know you. Because they understand. And they will be willing to help you. Just ask. You may need to not tell your parents that they are Satan worshipers or witchcraft people, or you could lie and say that you're preaching the gospel to them. Please be safe. Don't do anything that will make you feel uncomfortable. For any parents that may be watching, I'm not encouraging anyone to do bad things. And whether or not you like it, worshiping a certain religion is not a bad thing. If you're still being a good person, you have zero inkling to kill or hurt people, what does it matter what people are worshiping? One way that a lot of ancient people would use for devotion is whenever they were drinking anything. It doesn't need to be liquor. It can just be orange juice or even clean water. They did not have access to clean water. So giving offerings of clean water to deities is actually really, really nice. So you just pour a little bit of it onto the ground wherever you are. Usually you would go out to nature where it's a little bit quiet so that it can be sort of an official, I'm giving this to the gods, and you just pour a little bit. Like how people will do that at their relatives' graves. They'll pour a little bit of liquor, as in, I'm giving you some too. But even if you need to be sneaky about it and just pour a little bit out right outside your window, they are okay with it. They're okay with anything that you do. As long as the intention is that this for them and you're letting it know, hey, this is for you guys, they know and they appreciate it. If you have access to money and you can purchase those, those cans that are like fake cans that you can hold stuff in, you can have a hidden altar in one of those things. So like a little statue or something, a picture that you can take out when you want to give devotion or something. You can have a Barbie doll that you devote as the statue for your deity. I literally have one on my altar because I don't want to spend any more money on on stuff, but I had this fancy Barbie that I'm using for one of my deities. Look up what represent the deity. So for Janus, the god of time, I have an hourglass. It represents time. So that's representation for that deity. I didn't want to buy another statue. Here, I didn't want to buy another statue. This is Hela from Norse. So I've got the Death Tarot card. I put a rune. This is the rune symbol for Hela. I do not know what you call this symbol, but I figured out a cute way to make an altar for that deity without having to spend more money and without it really looking obviously like an altar. And you can do the same thing. Just look up what are the symbols for this god or goddess. Ravens might be a symbol, owls might be a symbol, a lot of different things. Another example, like I have these pillows with this cat. If you want to worship Basset, any cat imagery. Now, some people will tell you, no, these gods are going to be offended by that. Paganism is an individual experience. It's between you and the god, not anybody else. How you worship and how you devote is going to be completely different from how other people do it. If you have a pet dog or cat, some people take cats on walks, but if you take them on walks, you can give devotion to nature on those walks. Like, not just to nature, I mean like to the gods, but you're leaving it out in nature. That's something that the ancient pagans would do. At crossroads, they would leave things for Hecate, for Janus, and for other gods that represent kind of stuff. But you can simply dedicate a certain area to where you put offerings for a god and, just tell them, this is where I'm offering you stuff because I can't do it at home. They will know, and they're okay with it. For Aphrodite or beauty gods, when you put on makeup, when you put on your outfits, make that activity an offering to the god. And washing your body is a beauty ritual as well that you can offer to a god, or any gods actually. You could say something like, I keep my body clean in devotion to you. You as in whoever the god is. Your locker at school or at college, you can have that be your altar. You can do the collage, pictures of collage on the inside of the door, or have an actual statue if you have enough room for that. If you go to a Catholic or religious school, that might be a problem. Because if there's random searches with the drug dogs and all that, and they open up your locker and then they see the statue, they will definitely tell your parents. So having it be a bunch of pictures and a collage that does not look like it's anything other than just like aesthetics that you like would probably be safer if you go to a religious school. And religious colleges. Religious colleges will kick you out for anything unchristian. I laugh, but it's not funny. I laugh because it's ridiculous, and I can't believe that we're in 2025 and stuff like this still happens. Feel free to comment any other ideas you guys have, and let me know what you think of these ideas. Even if there's no way that you can have any kind of sneaky altar or anything, if your parents won't let you be creative about your room and decorations, just telling the god in your mind that you are devoted to them. You don't need to speak out loud for them to hear you. They will hear you because it is the power of intention that brings your thoughts to them. And doing the other things, like saying when you're doing your sport that you're devoting this sport to that god. You devote your beauty routine to your god, your bath time, cleaning yourself, that an act of devotion to your god. Just telling them it in your mind, using the power, that is totally good enough. And as I said before, please be safe. Don't do anything that you feel like would put you in danger. I know some people are not good to their kids. They hurt their kids. I experienced stuff when I was a kid, and I lied a lot because I was trying to avoid being physically harmed. So if you need to do what you need to do to avoid being physically harmed, having basic needs taken away, please do what you gotta do. The gods are way more concerned with your safety than your devotion to them. And that's one of the major differences between them and the Christian God. The Christian God does not care about your safety, does not care about your well-being, only wants your devotion. In an exact manner, with no leeway, no changing it. It's brutal. But the old gods are completely 100% understanding of your circumstances and want you to first and foremost be safe and take care of yourself. So you can use everything that you do to stay safe and take care of yourself as devotion to the gods.